Okay, so welcome to my class. This is our lecture 4, and in today's lecture we are going to focus about analyzing the IPA chart. And I am Chebet Mirijan for those who don't know me. So the objectives of this lesson or this lecture, before the end or at the end of this lecture, should be able to explain the International Phonetic Association. You should also be able to identify and explain the 5 main sections of an IPA or the IPA chart. So let's delve much into the international phonetic alphabet. So all languages share at least some sets of sounds from a central pool called the IPA. So every human language utilizes only a small section of sounds from the central pool of human sounds. For example, English makes use of 20 vowels and 24 consonants from the IPA to make its inventory of sounds. So at Ladefoged describes the IPA as a set of symbols and critics that have been officially approved by the International Phonetic Association. So this system developed by the IPA was founded in 1886 and is periodically updated to reflect challenges in general things on transcription and to include new speech sounds which have been discovered. So the IPA is important as it helps to symbolize all the distinctive sounds in language. So let's go through the parts of the IPA. So the first part, it has the consonant chart. So it shows consonants or how consonants are described in terms of manner of articulation, the place of articulation. The shaded parts of gray shows the sounds combination proved impossible. So these shades of gray right here, as you can see, this shows that it's impossible. You cannot have the bilabial lateral fricative, or you cannot have the labiodental lateral fricative. So those are the gray parts that shows that the sound combination proved is impossible. So for example, it is considered that no language can have a velar trill. So velar trill, you go where velar is. So here is velar, and then here is trill. So we cannot have a velar trill. So that sound is impossible. So the blank cells on the chart, neither shaded or having the symbol, indicates the combination of categories that are possible but have not yet been observed in any language. For example, we have the bilabial approximant that is not even shaded or doesn't have any symbol. So that shows that the category is possible but has not been observed in any language. So I want you to look at that chart and learn those words like the bilabial and plosive. We have P and B. We have the alveolar and the plosives. We have T and D. So I want you to look at that chart and make sure that you master it. Then let's move to the next part. The next part is the vowel chart. So the vowel chart shows the 3 parameters used to describe the principal vowels. We have the front back across the top of the chart, close open, and the vertical dimension. So the vertical dimension is this one, close open, and the founding and the rounding specific by the relative location of members of air vowels. So this one here is the chart of the vowel chart. So we have the close, the close medium, the close mid, the open mid, and the open. Then horizontally we have the front, central, and the back sounds. So I want you to look at these sound symbols, and I want you to master them and know their pronunciations of the vowel sounds. So where symbols appear in pairs, the one to the right represents a round vowel sounds. For example, this one here, it has two vowels. So the one at the right is the rounded vowel, and the one at the left side is unrounded vowel. So let's go to the next part, the list of linguistic symbols. So the linguistic symbols occur below the consonant chart. So the IPA recognizes 3 possibilities: clicks, voiced implosive, and the ejectives. So this here is a chart of the clicks, the voiced implosives, and the ejectives. So the clicks, we have the bilabials, the dentals, the postalveolar, palatalveolar, alveolar laterals. And then for the voiced implosives, you have the bilabials, dental alveolar, palatal, we have the velar and the uvula. And for the ejectives, we have the bilabials, we have the dental alveolar, we have the velar and the alveolar fricatives. So make sure that you know more about those those consonant sounds. Make sure you know that you know more about the consonant sounds. So let's move to the next part, that is the table of diacritics. So the tables of diacritics is it allows the aspect of sounds to be represented by adding a mark below or above the symbol for a certain feature of sound. So you add the mark below or above the symbol for a certain feature of sound. So these include marks to show aspiration, breathed voice sounds, and creaky voice diacritics. So these are the diacritics. So make sure that you, okay, I hope this is visible. Yes, it's visible. We have this chart. So we have the voiceless and the voiced sounds. Then we have the aspirated, the more rounded, less rounded, the advanced, the retracted, the centralized, the mid-centralized, the syllabic, non-syllabic. We have the rhoticity, we have the breathy voice, we have the creaked voice, we have lingual labial, we have labialized, palatalized, velalized, pharyngalized, velarized or pharyngalized, we have raised, lowered, advanced tongue root, retracted root, we have the dental, then we have the apical, the laminal, the nasalized, the nasal release, and all that. So make sure that you go through that chart. So let's go to the next part, that is a set of symbols for suprasegmental. So they include events like tone, stress, and intonation. So the IPA, for example, shows three possibilities of stress. We have the primary stress, the secondary stress, and the unstressed. So I want you to look at these suprasegmentals. We have the primary stress and the secondary stress. We have the long, half long, and the extra long. We have the minor group, the major group or intonation. We have this labial break and the linking, that is the absence of a break. So we have other symbols. Apart from all that, we have other symbols. So these symbols, they represent sounds that cannot be described in terms of main sets of classes considered. So for example, we have the symbols for sounds having multiple places of articulation, like the labial, the velar, and the fricative palatal. They occur in Arabic, Caucasus, and Hebrew languages. So I want you to see these other symbols right here. We have the voiceless labial velar, we have the voiced labial velar approximant, we have the voiceless labial velar fricative, we have the voiced labial palatal approximant, we have the voiceless epiglottal fricative, we have the voiced epiglottal fricative, we have the epiglottal plosive, we have the alveolar palatal fricative, we also have the voiced alveolar lateral flap and simultaneous, and that then I want you to know that the affricates and the double articulations can be represented by two symbols joined by a tie bar if necessary. For example, you see this example down here. Yes, that is it. So that is the end of our lesson. That is the end of our lesson. Make sure that you go through the notes and make sure that you do the discussion forum that I've posted. Make sure that you do the discussion forums and you learn more about the IPA chart. Make sure that you go through the notes. I've posted the notes. Thank you.